could blame it on my curiosity. I could blame it on the series of prophetic dreams and intuitive hunches that I'd been having. I could blame it on my lifelong search for somewhere to fit in. I could blame it on my mother, because she told me when I was 5 that God didn't have a phone or a phone number and he would not be taking my calls, thereby destroying any notion in my still developing and very impressionable brain of having a relationship with God that actually made sense to me. So it's my mother's fault that I find myself writing a hefty check to spend the weekend in Ojai, California, home to all the latest new age fads like sweat lodges with no Indians and angelic realm crystal singing bowl healers. Don't get it twisted, I'm a believer. Got my own collection of stones and sage next to my Rudrashka beads on Orisha pictures. So there I am, participating in a 4-day retreat with an initiated elder from the Dagara tribe of Burkina Faso to study indigenous African spiritual technologies. I am neither Dagara nor from Burkina Faso, but I'm there with about 30 other spiritual seekers on the last day of the retreat, preparing for a fire ritual. For the Dagara, fire is the doorway to the spirit world, a gateway, an entry point into the realm of the ancestors. And I've been feeling like my grandmother's tapping on my shoulder for a minute now, almost like she's trying to give me something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think it's got something to do with this thing she used to do way back in the day that no one in the family talks about anymore, where she'd get together with some friends around a white table with a bowl of water in the middle, a book of prayers, and call down spirits. Some that needed healing, and some that came to offer it. I never got a phone number to God, but my grandma sure sounded like she had a direct line to something. So I guess it's no surprise that when the sky darkens and we gather around the fire for the ritual to begin, I start to cry. Maybe it's feeling the sadness of never having a real relationship with any of my grandparents. Maybe it's a sadness in my family history. Maybe it's just a sadness in history, period. Whatever it is, the only comfort I find in that moment while I'm waiting for my turn to enter the ritual area is to stare into the fire, clutching the bottle of rum that I was going to leave on the ancestor shrine. And then the faces start to appear. Faces flickering and jumping in the flames, in the smoke, in the embers, in the burning. I can see them gathering, moving and talking and whispering and dancing. And then one face in the flames turns, opens its eyes, and looks at me. And that's when I exit. The sky starts to spin. My knees buckle and I can't stand. I sink to the floor and someone's behind me, someone's taking my pulse, someone's speaking to me, but I can't respond. My tongue's like a dead weight as my mouth hangs open and my breath rattles and labors out my throat. Someone's picking me up and I become ragdoll, puppet to whatever has claimed me as a container, a heap of limp limbs, arms waving like seaweeds. I'm floating above myself, staring into a twinkling vortex of light and darkness. The sky looks like God's blinking a symphony of crystals. And then the crying and the wailing and the calling out and the voice, who's crying, mama, baba, arms outstretched to the moon, mama, baba, help me, free me. And it's not me crying, it can't be, because I don't have the right to own this much grief or sorrow. I've never lost anything besides a lover who changed his mind, not really. So who or what is grieving through me? But I surrender to the freedom of it. Surrender to whatever has me prostrate, face down in front of the shrine, all ablaze with candles and pictures of the dead, to whatever pulls me to my knees and pours the bottle of rum figure 8 into the thirsty earth like infinity, like wounds never healed, become the future's inheritance. And I think, God damn, Grandma, is this what you searched for in that bowl of water? The freedom that comes with falling up into the sky and vesseling something bigger than yourself, because this is how the spirits dance again. This is how they laugh again. This is how they cry one last time when they enter these disposable temples, to remind us how insignificant and magnificent we are, that we're the doorways we've been searching for, the bridges between remembrance and healing, and that we're the living translation of everything that's ever been lost.